Hi guys and girls, John Moore with you, and the final reveal of the Italeri 135 scale Sherman Fury M4A3E8. Right, from the film Fury, and this is basically my final reveal of said same kit. Just give it a slow spin, and then I'll do a bit of a zooming in and looking at different things on it. Well, we start off with a kind of an overall view, and it's a homemade twirly gig. So overall, really happy with the model. Couple of little things like I kind of specified in the updates. Inconsistencies between the film and the kit, considering that it's supposed to be the one from the film, it's not just a generic one. So if you're going to be say you're going to do something, then do it. That was my main crib. It did give you quite a lot of stowage and stuff like that, but if you just stuck to the kit stowage and put that on in its correct places, you'd have a reasonably good facsimile of the Fury, But if you put the stowage and other bits and pieces where it tells you to put them, then you don't. You just don't have the Fury. You've got an Easy 8 Sherman with stowage and things like that, and the Fury thing decal on the gun. If you're going to copy something, copy it. If you're not going to copy it, don't copy it. Anyway, that's my little whinge again over. I did make a list of all the little things that I found wrong with the kit, as in, where it told you to put things, starting off with the helmet here in the front with the gas mask. They had that down lower. It had it with 2 aerials instead of 1. It had the stowage basically in all the wrong places. 2 barrels here instead of 1. It just had you having tarps and things instead of all pushed to the back in the boxes. There, it had the tarps forward of them, so therefore you couldn't put a guy standing there. There was nowhere for him to stand. And in the movie, they stand there on numerous occasions, different guys. So that's what made me think. I said, where does the guy stand if all the stowage is there? Then I looked at the film, then I looked back at the instructions and the kit, and I went, oh, this is all bloody wrong. Anyway, apart from all that, the kit itself, no problems with it whatsoever. Lovely little kit to work with. Paint-wise, I had no problems in painting it. I did get carried away at the start, because I did the other undercarriage and get the tracks on and all that, and I got that painted up and I weathered it a bit because I got a new product, and it was, I got kind of carried away and I went up along and then realised, oops, I only meant to go as far as there, and I had to retake it back down and start all over again. But that was my problem. That was my mistake. So let's just I'm just going to pause that, put that back down off the twirly thing, and we'll do a kind of a more zoomed in look at it. You can tell me what you think. So now we're back again, and I can move it around that way so you can get a better look at it. So I must thank Neil McKay for the figures. Neil sent me on the 3 figures. The driver figure, if it will let me zoom in on him. There we go. As you see, I painted a kind of a beard and moustache on him, because the guy in the film had a beard and moustache. Well, a Smeagol type thing. And from certain angles, he looks perfect. Other angles, it doesn't look anything like him. But at certain angles, if I get it to the angle, there we go. Doesn't that look like Gordy from the film? To me it does anyway. Then again, I'm half blind. But anyway, little details. There's a driver in his position. There's the logs. They're the logs now off the Tamiya barricade set. I thought they were much nicer than the logs supplied. Added stowage. Let me get me HR pointy stick or something pointy. This will do. Alright. This bag here is kit 1. Kit supplied. That is milliput. As you can see, that's milliput. It didn't come out all that good, but I mean that was supposed to be the crease, and it looked right and everything else. And from a distance, it looks okay. When you zoom in, it doesn't look all that good. But I'm happy with the effect. And that's, say, 1 kit bag on basically a blob of milliput painted this side with the tan colour, this one with the green and things like that. Stuck a helmet on top. That's that. Stowage at the back. That one is kit supplied bedroll. That is all milliput. The red tarp thing here is milliput. That, there we go, where are we? Right. I'm waiting for the rivet counters to pipe in, because, right, we'll get along to it. I say it before they get a chance to. Right, that's wooden box made myself just out of 2 pieces of wood. That's a wooden box. There are 2 jerry cans, kit supplied. 1, 2, 3, sorry, not jerry cans, but ammo boxes, I beg your pardon. 1, 2, 3, 4 jerry cans, Tamiya jerry cans, and this is where the rivet counters will pop in. They're German jerry cans. They're not the American type. But remember, this is 1945, in at the end of the war. Grab what they can get. If they got some, say, German fuel cans, then they got some German fuel cans. It wasn't uncommon, was not uncommon at all. If you look through some of the some war footage, you can see them, even sort of the Germans basically got vehicles and just half the time didn't even bother changing the markings on them. There's a famous little bit of footage there from the desert, and it shows Rommel coming up, and on the side of his car he's got the American stars, or the Allied stars, should I say. So equipment crossing over and back like that, not too much problem with that. It happened loads of times. Petrol is petrol after all. The only things where it was kind of not really, I wouldn't say not permitted, it was kind of frowned upon, was using of enemy weapons, as in enemy small arms, which is one inconsistency I did find in the film, where Brad Pitt comes out with the STG-44, and from bits that I've heard of and gathered and things like that, is that he wouldn't really have been allowed to use it. He could have had it in his tank, yeah, and things like that, and taken it out in action and things like that. But it shows him walking around the town with it in the town scene and things like that, and that would have been frowned on, because it's down to ammunition supply. He can only have a limited supply of ammunition, and he can't get any more unless he comes across some Germans. And even with the Germans, the problem they had with the STG-44 was the fact that they were a new weapon, fired a new round, and the availability of rounds coming near the end of the war, they only had a limited number. So guys that were actually issued with them in their thing of ammo, when they ran out of ammo, they just threw them away because they couldn't get any. Anyway, getting sidetracked here. That's the Fury on its little base. Its base is basically I was going to use Das clay on top of it, but I didn't. I used Simon Kemp's trick with the plaster and PVA glue, made a fine solid base, painted everything green, and then mixed some earth with basically anything, bits I could find around the garden and things. Stuck in a couple of pebbles, bedded them in, got them to look like boulders, a couple of bits of clumps, some green flock, chucked on it here and there. And it's not fully dry yet, as you can see. Some of it looks a little bit wet, and that's because it actually is a little bit wet. But you can see here where the areas where it is dry, it kept its colour nice and dark. So yeah, it's fabulous. Whatever colours you think about PVA glue, but it will go darker, and then as it dries, then your colours will start coming through. So happily enough with that. So there it is now, and I have a little space for it right beside my television, and that's going to sit up there, pride of place for a little while until I make something new, and then that gets relegated to a shelf. So tell me what you think, guys. If you like it, you like it, and if you don't like it, tell me why you don't like it. Tell me what it's a heap of shit if you want to. I'm quite happy to hear that, but let me know why. Don't just say, oh, it's a heap of shit, and then don't give an explanation or give a thumbs down without actually telling you why, pointing out where it's wrong or where it's right. Anyway, enough of that. There you go, lads. Tell us what you think. Stick it in the comments below. If you like it, give us the old thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, why not subscribe? There'll be more coming up. I'm still working on with the M build, and my next ordinary build, shall we say, without being involved in a group or anything like that, is the Meng M4A3E8 Bradley. I will be starting at that in the next day or two. So, in the meantime, I'll leave you with that, and enjoy your modelling. Set up a YouTube channel if you haven't got one. Show off your stuff. Let us see what you've got. I know that I found by setting up my channel and moving on that I've actually improved my own skills purely down to confidence by people telling you, oh, that looks good, and you're going, oh, I wasn't actually sure about that, but yay, thank you. Anyway, enjoy your modelling, have a nice day, and like I said, like and subscribe if you want. So look after yourselves, and may the force be with you.